Hello guys, Sorin here, and today I wanted to make a video about an explanation, so in-depth explanation of what build I use for each of my weapons, so mainly Sloshers and Dualies, and give you guys the real rationale, the reasoning behind each and every ability, so hopefully it will help you. It's a bit freestyle, like I didn't write anything down, so it's more improvisation than usual, but I still have pretty good things in mind to tell you about each weapon. I'll put timestamps in the description, and there won't be any gameplay in the background because I didn't think it would be any useful. So let's just, if you wanna like have this in the background while doing something else, it's probably like a podcast or stuff like this. So let's start off with Slosher Deco, which is the weapon I probably use the most. So as you can see, I have 2 million or point 0.4 ink with it. So it's a weapon I played a lot, and I gotten a lot of questions about this build. So stuff like, why do you not use comeback, or why do you have two subs of ink saver mains? This is mainly the two questions that come the most often. So this build is, in my opinion, the most optimal I can play. Um, I can play with Slosher. I think I was pretty much the first one to come up with the subs of ink saver main, and a lot of top Sloshers did the same. Few days or few weeks later. Let's answer first why I don't use comebacks. So comeback is efficient only for 20 seconds after you die, and with such a weapon, you will value all the other abilities way more, because getting your specials is not based that much on the charge up bonus or the ink saver bonus you get from comeback for sprinkler. You don't get that much value from it. You get way more value from two subs of Spatial Saver. I think two subs of Spatial Saver is really the optimal spot you want to get for having your bowler quite often with 220p. So as you can see, I played the exact same amount of Special Saver on my Enperry Dualies build. What I have next is White use two subs of Ink Saver main. So this is a question I had to answer on Ink Academy server. If you know, it's a competitive server where sometimes you have a lot of debate and stuff like this. And it was not obvious for most, so I had to write it down. And the main reason I gave is that when you have Inksaver main, when you have a sprinkler, sorry, on any weapon, so it's like mainly for Brellas and Sloshers, which are the aggro sprinkler weapons. The dualies doesn't count, but you will want to have two subs of Inksaver main because it gives you extra Sloshes after putting down a sprinkler. And if you play correctly your weapon, you have to use your sprinkler very often towards your opponents to block them, or just simply to lock an area, to disturb them, stuff like this, or just to paint up an area. The sprinkler is a very, very strong sub weapon. I think it's like top 3 or top 4 right now, and all the sub weapons that exist in the game. It allows synergy with Slosher, especially for the role it fits, and you get bowler quite fast thanks to it as well. And the sprinkler, one thing you want to know about sprinkler is that when you put down a sprinkler with time, the ink efficiency that comes out from it will be more thin, like smaller. So you get less value from it. You get less painting. You get less point of charge for your bowler. So you have to reset it all the time. And this is mainly important in fights, but it's also important like when you're painting a specific area. Just painting it with just a sprinkler takes a lot of time because just the sprinkler itself is getting slower and slower over time. So that's why you run two subs of Inksaver main to get extra sloshes and not run out of ink when you're facing someone right after resetting your sprinkler or just using it in the middle of a fight, because that's where sprinkler really shines, because it's way more how can I say this? It it's more flexible. Like it can do a lot of stuff than just painting one area by putting it down. So sprinkler is like very flexible sub, and that's the reason why using saver main, because you get more value than using saver sub. That's all. Because the saver main also applies to your main weapon in moments where you don't use your sprinkler, so you get more value from this. This is a really small detail, but there you have it. So I got rid of comeback. So for this reason, I got two mains of quick respawn. Again, quick respawn. If you don't know how good this ability is, but I will not speak about quick respawn again, but take this for all the other builds because I really mainly run quick respawn every single build that are a little aggro. Basically, that's not a backline. So you need quick respawn to be for being for being aggressive. This is kind of your safe net when you're playing aggro. So for example, I'm going into Blackbilly skate park with this gear, and then I'm trying to stop the tower from moving forward, and I'll fail. I die. What happens is that quick respawn will activate, and I'll come back faster in a moment where I'm losing because I failed getting any kills. In a 4v4 situation, 4 players getting 1 kill out of 4 players is incredibly big, you know. So if you can if you can come back faster because you missed that 1 kill you needed, or maybe 2 or 3, it's extremely big for the purpose of pushing forward the game, like not losing. Because quick respawn is an ability to not lose. It's not an ability to win. It's an ability to not lose. Because it will only it will only activate itself when you're in a losing situation, when you're dying, because the enemy is. If you died, it means the enemy is probably gonna push because they'll maybe kill your other teammates because your teammates get into a 4v3 situation. So they have a disadvantage. You see what I mean? This is basically the idea of quick respawn right now. You want to use it as your safe net when you're getting pushed. Um, and because of this, you can come back faster and you can make more aggressive plays because they have high risk, but you have bigger reward, and the risk is really lowered by using quick respawn. Um, so that's pretty much it. Why I run 2 mains of quick respawn. The sweet spot for quick respawn in general, not only for Sloshers, is usually 2 mains, 1.3, so like 1 main 3 subs, 1.4, 1.2 subs like this. This is pretty much it. I already talked about special saver for the bowlers, so not much more to be said about this. Special saver got buffed in version 3.0, I think, something like this, and it was a way stronger sub ability to use in small quantity. Like you have 1 sub or 2 subs always in every single weapon that's not a backline. Even backlines they not use special saver, I think, because you just get your special. You save so much special in positions where you're losing. Most of these abilities are to coming back in positions where you're losing, and like lowering the impact of death. Because when you die in Splatoon, it's really big, and that's why like almost all my abilities are to not die. If you look at my gear, swim speed and ink saver main are the only 2 abilities that are used to like improve my weapon effectiveness, and the rest of the abilities are to reduce the impact of dying when I'm dying, you know. So quick respawn makes me come back faster. You probably know this already. I think my build could be maybe changed. Like I could have 1 less sub of quick super jump into 1 sub of quick respawn. But I haven't really made the calculations yet. I think for my calculations, 2 subs was better than when than 2 mains of QR and 1 sub versus 2 subs. Oh, that's pretty. I made the calculation. It was better, but it's really you have to be case per case, you know, because it takes into account that you die. But if you die with by doing a kill, then it's more valuable to have 2 subs of quick super jump because you gain like what 0.2 seconds. It's nothing, but it's all these little things that get you closer to winning. For example, like quick respawn saves you like 1 or 2 seconds when you die. Quick super jump saves you another few par seconds when you die to come back faster into the action. Same for special saver because it saves you the time that you're gonna have to spend to get a special and stop a push, because stopping when you are playing Slosher, you can't really rush in like a blaster and hope for the best and like try to land directs when you're trying to stop a push, basically. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much the idea why you run all these abilities to like reduce the impact of dying. And I like the swim speed, so there's a lot of difference between 2 subs and 3 subs of swim speed. I think 3 subs is real optimal with Slosher. You need to be really mobile to get close to your opponents and get off your opponents. So when you're playing Slosher and you're facing weapons such like Blaster or Dualies or a shooter like T-Tech, you wanna be able to back off and have the range advantage over them. And the best way to do it is simply to swim back and then slosh over them. and that's where the 3 subs of swim speed go into go have their value there. It's pretty much the same reasoning as Rapid Blaster. When it used to be very popular a few months ago, everyone had like 1 or 2 mains of swim speed with it. This is just because you want to back up and being able to get the range advantage over your opponent. Stealth jump, I think everyone knows. Stealth jump, like you just come back so much faster. You can't be seen, and if you don't play a backline, you have to run stealth jump basically. Even maybe H3 and like Squelchies don't need to run stealth jump with these, but that's pretty much it. Alright, so let's get to the next Slosher. We're going to the Tri-Slosher case, which is a pretty nasty one, honestly. Wow. I have only 1,000,000.1 ink. This is one of the weapons I have the most wins with. Like I have like 2,000 wins, but it got locked. Because I used to play Tri-Slosher a whole lot back when it was super OP and not really. Well, it's not really good anymore. Let's be honest. So speaking about Tri-Sloshers, there's a lot of stuff about to be said about Tri-Slosher. So one thing I want to emphasize first is that I came up with this build by experimenting a lot and adapted it in version 3.0, but I never really changed. I don't know how optimal this build is compared to the one I run with Slosher Deco. My build with Tri-Slosher, so the big thing that is controversial is the Ninja Squid. A lot of people ask me, why do you run Ninja Squid with Tri-Slosher? Well, from my personal experimentation, my personal testing, I found that I had a lot more success with it getting at close range because the main value from Tri-Slosher, what makes it very strong, is not only the ink armor, it's mainly the burst bomb with a Slosher. So you can do the burst bomb combo. If you don't know what the burst bomb combo is, I'm gonna show you really quickly, but the idea is that if you can get up close to the range of any weapon that can outrange you, because you get fucking outranged by any weapon in this game. That's pretty much the idea, because this weapon has so bad range. You just go like this, you go close range, and you can burst and slosh. You have to get the direct burst, but that's pretty much why you need Ninja Squid with the slosher, because here I can get close to the opponent and slosh him. And that's the main reasoning for Ninja Squid, getting close to the range. You don't really escape with Tri-Slosher, you just die. Honestly, it's not the same as Slosher, and that's why you don't have much swim speed for this to compensate the lack, the Ninja Squid, and the drawback from running it. It also became a light weapon in the last patch, which is nice. I don't think it makes it so much better. It just makes it better, like slightly. I run 2 subs of swim speed for the drawback of Ninja Squid, obviously, which is probably the minimum you can run. I mean, probably the minimum you need to run to like have Ninja Squid being valuable, in my opinion. You can run 1, but you really feel like how slow you are, especially with a burst one that needs to get close to your opponent. It's not like dualies. You have to run like 2 subs. I have also the minimum of perks, like you always want 1 sub of quick super jump when you run stealth jump, always. Even when you don't run it, you want to be able to jump off quickly, so basically a backline that you don't run stealth jump, but you need to back out and jump off quickly, so you need to get quick super jump on every single weapon in this game. Special saver, same. I just use 1 because I want to have enough quick respawn on this weapon that have very precise abilities that are needed for you to be able to make it work. So like you need Ninja Squid, in my opinion, you need it, but it takes a lot of, it has pretty high costs. You have to make a compromise between the amount of quick respawn you run and the amount of abilities you need to use to improve your weapon effectiveness. And the idea is that you always want the minimum effectiveness abilities to improve marginally your weapon. So basically that's the idea of 1 sub of special saver, 1 sub of quick super jump, 2 subs only of swim speed. I would like to run more, but quick respawn is too valuable. So you always want to find the right compromise, the right balance between the two. And that's why you have only 5 subs of quick respawn. I would like to run more, but what can I remove on this gear? That's the question. What can I remove? So comeback very useful again because you have burst bombs. You have the Inksaver sub bonus, which is pretty nice when you're trying to get back in. You have the Ink Armor that works very well with comeback as well, because usually you want Ink Armor to break through. You want to use it during comebacks, so that's the moment where you're gonna have the most value from comeback itself. It's like during retake, I should have said. And I think for the rest abilities, I pretty much said everything I had to say. All right, let's get into the. Oh well, I can say one more thing about Slosher. I have another gear. I don't even know if I still have it like ready to be used. Yeah, I have it. This is pretty bad. This is very old meta, okay? But this is what I answered to people who asked me, why Ninja Squid? Do you have anything else to show to use? Well, I don't even know where it is, but do I even have it? I think I scrubbed it. I don't even know. Let me check real quick. No, I didn't have a build like this. This is the minimum. This is people asking me, why can I not play triple burst bomb Tri-Slosher? Okay, you can play it. It's sometimes playable on Blackbelly Skate Park. In competitive, in spot zones. It's like, okay, you can play it, but it's not really good. And you need four mains of Inksayer sub to have 3 burst bombs, which is way too much investment for the small value you get from triple burst bomb. So you don't do it, and you just play quick respawn. But in general, you just don't play Tri-Slosher outside of Blackbelly Skate Park or Starfish main stage because it's not good enough. On the other stages, because of the lack of range mainly, and the lack of painting by itself. Tri-Slosher is pretty weak these days. Honestly, it's not very popular outside of Skate Park. But I like it on Starfish, for example. So this is a triple burst bomb build. I don't think it's very strong. I don't think you should play it right now. But just giving you another option if you like don't want to play Ninja Squid. Let's get into the dualies. So I'm gonna speak about the Kensa Dualies and the Enperry Dualies because those are mainly the ones I play. And I think I have a lot of experience with these two. So I'm gonna present 2 builds for this one. So the basic here with like this is the standard build, like I call this. You have the normal abilities, the quick respawn. You don't have Ninja Squid. I have another gear with Ninja Squid, but you have to remove some of these. Well, you have to remove some of these abilities that are right here, and put them to like. There is some kind of a big drawback for running Ninja Squid and Dualies, in my opinion. So I think this gear is the most optimal, like super duper top tier optimal. Um, for Enperry Dualies. I think if you don't run this, you are probably throwing, unless it's a Ninja Squid map. So let's get into every single ability explanation. So quick respawn, you're not ready. I run 1 main and 2 subs, but I could run 1 main 3 subs, but the only ability I could remove and like replace would be 1 sub of swim speed. But at the same time, the 2 subs of swim speed have incredible value. Like it's so good to have 2 subs of swim speed with Emperor with the culling bomb. This is just the culling bomb being so good that you want these 2 subs on swim. What you have next is that you have comeback, so you have comeback and special saver. Pretty much the same reasoning as Slosher Deco. You have 2 subs of special saver because you need to get your injet because you have 220p again. I just got what the fuck? I didn't know. I just got past 1 million ink with dualies. And for this weapon, you run comeback because you really need your inkjet for any retakes. That's like something you need the most, and the weapon doesn't paint as much as a Slosher Deco, so you don't get super quickly your bowler. And it paints well, but it doesn't paint well enough. It doesn't have a sprinkler, it has curling ball instead, so that's why you run comeback and special saver. Back in when it was 220p, 200p, sorry, with for the inkjet, I used to run only 1 sub of special saver, but 20 points changed made me change my mind. It's like you need 2 subs now, for sure. Unless you're playing the Ninja Squid build. On my Ninja Squid build, I only have 1 sub of special saver because I don't really have a choice. Alright, let's get into the very controversial part of this build, because I honestly I had a big debate with people on the Ink Academy server again about special power up for the dualies, and I gotta say I don't understand why you guys don't run it, because it's the easiest ability to remove from this gear. I agree, it's not the strongest ability from this gear, but if you don't notice the difference in terms of bonus you get from your inkjets, then you're probably not playing your inkjet correctly. Special power up 2 subs is by far the most optimal. Like this is the super sweet spot for any inkjet weapon. Like no matter what you play, inkjet like T-Tech or custom blaster or whatever that is inkjets. you want to have 2 subs. If you play Custom Blaster, for example, you can not play it, not play any special power up because Custom Blaster plays way more aggro. You don't pay so much for the special. You might not get your inkjets so often, but with Enperry, your gameplay is way more based on your inkjets. So you need to get a lot of value from your inkjet. That's why you need to run something that will improve your effectiveness with this special, and that's the idea when running special power up. The difference between 0 subs and 2 subs is really big, and you'll notice it when you play it. If you don't notice, as I said again, you probably don't play it correctly. And some people told me that they were looking at mathematical equation to calculate the value from 0 subs to 2 subs, and these calculations were wrong. So and people were still basing their entire analysis on this on their calculations. Like I think it's really good. I really like numbers and I really like watching graphics and stuff like this to make a decision on my gear and how I play a weapon or stuff like this. But you have to be smarter than this. You can't just stop at the numbers. You have to go. You have to watch further. For example, I'll give you an example of a number that still is bad. That says a lot. You take 52 Ga. So I don't even know if I have this weapon, but this weapon has the fastest time to kill in of all the shooters. It's like 12 frames. It's 12 frames, but why is this weapon not played? It has the fastest time to kill. Well, bro, beside the fact that the the kits with curling bomb and stingray or point sensor and bullet are pretty weak compared to how you want to play stingray or how better options there are with stingray or bowler. Well, the main weapon has big orangey or big bloom when you're shooting, so that's basically why you don't play it. But it has the fastest time to kill in the game. It's faster than Tantec. So just don't watch only the numbers. Just watch what's around, and they have to be smarter than this. If you just watch the numbers of special power up, okay, maybe you get a very small value, but when you see how small the difference is between 30 damage and 50 damage when you use an inkjet on someone, and you see how big it can be to get 30 or 50 or even a direct hit in a game, just getting a direct hit with an inkjet, it can really change the entire game, and that's where you want to see how valuable it is. Alright, let's get into the Ninja Squid build now. Alright, you're gonna be surprised, or maybe not, but it's the exact same build as the Tri-Slosher build. It's not by simplicity, because I could probably chunk anything else. I don't even know how many chunks I have, like... Well, I don't have much chunks, but... But I think what you want to know here is that I try to remove every unnecessary ability and still have Ninja Squid. And still have enough quick respawn. It's the exact same reasoning as a Tri-Slosher. So what I removed 1 sub of Special Saver. I told myself that Ninja Squid, I base it more on my main weapon performance if I play Ninja Squid. So I play less around my inkjets. This is for very specific maps. I'm gonna give an example of maps where I play Ninja Squid Enperry over non-Ninja Squid. So example of this are like Humpback Pump Track, Kelp Dome, Port Mackerel. These are all the maps where even if inkjet is strong or good or even like you want to play around it, Ninja Squid is way stronger and you're gonna have a lot of value from it because you can move freely. It's usually very plat maps like when you can swim freely if you have map control, and that's where it's very strong, especially with the curling bomb. Although I don't recommend you follow your curling bomb too much because it's really predictable by any good players. Anyway, getting back into it. So I removed the special power up because if you play less around your inkjets, well, you can remove it. You can play more around your Ninja Squid. It's pretty much the same reasoning as custom blasters not running any special power up to improve their inkjet value because that's not what they want with their main weapons. I got only 1 sub of special saver, already said it. Got 2 subs of swim speed, so it's the same value of swim speed I run without Ninja Squid, so it's very much slower. And you have to play differently. You can't back out or you can't rush it the same way. So it's a more go in and die, go in, get a kill or die gameplay. But as I said again, it's very useful in some maps, and that's why I chose to run Ninja Squid there. Still comeback, still stealth jump. I'm not gonna speak about it again already. spoke about it. Any aggressive weapon should have stealth jump. Even for dualies, when you jump, you can roll, and that's where you get a lot of value from it. So gonna speak about Kensa Dualies. It's a weapon I don't play that much. Like, I only have two, two, 250 thousand ink with it, but I still like it a lot. I like the bull in general. I don't like the suction too much on this weapon, but just the bull is like really fucking good. I run a gear that's super aggro, and I will probably change it. I always run Ninja Squid with this weapon because I don't play it on much maps where, uh, where you can get where it's not Ninja Squid map. Also, this weapon doesn't have an inkjet, and it doesn't have a curling bomb. So what the fuck? What else the fuck are you gonna run if you don't run quick respawn? So this weapon is just a big stack of quick respawn for me. Uh, I've been wondering so far if I should remove one QR and have maybe an extra stream or an extra special saver. That could be maybe interesting because I don't think I have. I think I have too much quick respawn in this build. I've been mainly thinking about going from 1.5 QR to 1.4 because I think 1.4 is way more valuable in terms of margin you get from 1.4 to 1.5. So I might swap one sub of quick respawn to like special saver or swim speed. I'm not sure yet. Probably special saver to not fuck my brain up with the ninja squid of the other Enperry gear I just showed you before. And yeah, I think this weapon is played pretty aggressively. You don't want to play too much around your bowler, but you get it so easily because it's 210p. So you don't need combat. You just throw suction bombs. It paints so much. You get it like in no time. So yeah, that's pretty much all the weapons I wanted to cover. I don't play most of the rest of these weapons that are on this page. Like, I don't want to give a custom blaster gear because I don't play it. I can give N-Zap gear maybe. I didn't plan on doing it, but okay. I've played this weapon like, I don't even know, 2 times in the past 3 months since basically dualies are super strong and N-Zap has been pretty falling like behind. I played this and it worked, but it doesn't have quick respawn, so you can't play super aggressively. And I wonder if I want to remove. Like, I'm not really sure what I want to do with this one. I like the fact of like, yeah, you say it's 210p. You need to get armor very often. It's not just an inkjet you can get like 2 or 3 in one game. You need to get 4 or 5 armors, maybe more in a 5-minute game. That's why I have 2 subs of special saver, and I have comeback, and I have suction bomb that paints a lot. So that's pretty much the reasoning there. I have 1 sub of bomb defense, just for the armor. You know, when you have the armor at 30 health, if you get hit by a indirect bomb, it always does 30 damage. So if you have 1 sub of bomb defense, you go right above the difference. You stay at like, your armor stays at like 1 HP when you get hit by an indirect bomb. It's very useful sometimes, especially with the amount of bombs that are playing in the current meta. Even though there are a lot of sprinklers as well, it's quite questionable. Like, just charger plays always have the spot bomb, and the H3 pretty popular with the suction bomb, stuff like this. Um, I like the run speed a lot personally. I always play it unless I run QR. And when I don't play it, you can really notice it that you don't have it into 1v1s when you're playing against Enperry Dualies that are rolling around, and then you're like, well, where should I fucking aim? And then you have run speed, so like you can pretty much avoid dying from the rolls because the dually can't fall usually. I don't know any dualies currently that really has good enough aim to follow the run speed of N-Zap like consistently. And I have 2 subs of Inksaver Star just to spam the suction bomb. So the changes I could see to this build, because it's not 100% build, like I will change it for sure, but I need to. The problem is that quick respawn is a really big investment, and I wonder if I can play this build without any quick respawn. That's my main question right now. So what I could remove is that I could like, fuck this, you know. I could remove 1 swim speed for sure, because this is a light weapon, so you don't need that much swim speed to get that much swim speed subs to get a lot of swim. I could remove the 2 sub of Inksaver sub. I could remove one sub of quick super jump. I can play only one. I should play only one. I can remove the sub of bomb defense, and that's already 4 subs that saved. But if I do this, I only have 4 subs available for quick respawn, which is not enough. Which forces me to either remove special saver, which I can't because I need to spam armors, or remove run speed or remove enough run speed to be like viable. But if I lower the amount of run speed, might as well not run any run speed. But it's a pretty uh, big debate. Like, I'm not sure what I want with this weapon because I need to taste way more because I don't play it in scrims enough. It's strong on like I don't even know. It's strong on like 2 maps in the game. For me, so I just don't really play it. I don't really have an opinion on N-Zap so far, but this is pretty much my insights on what you should do with a build of N-Zap. So I don't think this build is optimally the best one you can find at all. But for example, the one I showed you with Slosher, or the one I showed you with Enperry Dualies are, in my opinion, the most optimal gear you can find right now, as of today, Sunday, 18th of November, 2018. And that's pretty much it. I talked for fucking long. Holy shit! I talked for 30 minutes. Well, I should have put maybe my webcam into like big screen instead. I didn't expect it to last that long. But well, there you have it. I maybe forgot to speak about stuff. Hopefully I didn't. But just hope this video told you guys about a lot of stuff you wanted to know, or maybe you learned something there. I'd be happy to hear about this. Tell me in the comments if you don't agree with stuff. We can maybe discuss it, but try to be try to make well thought criticized, because I think most of my gears are really thought, especially about the Slosher and the Enperry gear. I try to really uh, anticipate the comments that will say to me, "Oh, Ink Saber Mage is not useful," or "Why do you run special power up?" This is mainly the 2D base on these 2 gears, but I really think you need them. Anyway, as I said, hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you had a good time. And I was not too boring speaking about this for so long. Hopefully I was not talking too fast, because I tend to speak a bit too fast sometimes. But yeah, hope you guys have a nice time, and I'll see you later. Peace.